So I'm in a stage in my life where I'm growing an Instagram following. I want to talk to you about what I'm doing, what is working and what's not working. Over the last 2 years, I have bought and studied maybe 5, 6 or maybe 7 social media and Instagram growth courses, ranging from $500 up to, one of them sells now for, I think they're selling it for $3,000. It's a video course. And I want to share with you what I've learned. I'm also currently working with a personal brand specialist. She works as part of a coaching syndicate in Florida. So I'll share with you what she's taught me and again, what's working and what's not working. A quick word on online courses. They're always going to try to sell them to you with urgency. So get it for this price, only for the next 48 hours, okay? Some of them, they really mean it, but most of them, they'll run that deal again, okay? So don't get caught out in buying 10 different courses. I say that because about 90% of people who buy an online course don't finish the course. So I would say get one and then dedicate yourself to studying it every day. That's all I really want to say on the courses. Some of them are very good and they've helped me a lot build a plan, and you feel like you're being guided almost by a coach. Some of them are okay. But I'm going to give you the best of what I learned now, right? So I'm posting a reel a day to grow my social media following. This is what I would say. In my last video, I spoke about the fact that you have to first set the foundation before you start producing any content. This is crucial because otherwise you will burn out most likely. You must figure out at least who you are, what you want to talk about, what's unique about you, what you enjoy teaching or what service you want to provide, who you could help, what you're good at, and then identify your niche, your target customer before you produce any content. If you just start putting content out there, this is like I'm in the fitness industry. So my channel is designed, for example, to help men get and keep the body they want without extreme diets and living in the gym. So starting in actually 2 minutes a day. So I help a range of guys, from the guy who's absolutely stuck, lost hope, he's just sat on the couch and doesn't believe he can get into shape, is just fat. And that was me at one point. That's why I can help someone, because I've been there, I've been through it, and I know. I try to use exercise 7 days a week. Sometimes I was exercising 2 or 3 times a day to get the fat off, but I hit a glass ceiling. Did a master's degree in sports nutrition, worked with pro athletes, came to London, realized that people down here can't live like that. Their body is not their business. So that's my experience. That's what is unique about me. That's what my channel is all about. All right. If you want to look at it, it's called James Ollie Mind Body on Instagram. That's OLI, James Ollie Mind Body. And I've identified my target customer. I think it can change a bit with time, but I wouldn't put on there like booty workout for women, because I'm not really interested in working with those people right now. I have worked with women in the past and got amazing results. I've worked with some top models and that, but I really am interested in helping guys, fellas, who want to get in great shape, an athletic body, and keep it. And also the guys who are just broken and lost, because I've been there and I know how rough that feels. It's not a very nice place to be in terms of getting into shape. So that's what my channel's about. I've identified my target customer, and now I have pillars of content. So mine is really mindset, intelligent habit change, because I've realized that is the absolute most important thing when it comes to getting in shape. Much more important than a diet or keto or high carb, low carb, is your mindset. So that's a big pillar on mine. Of course, how to work out, scientifically based in the science, how to eat more than what you eat, but that's a different topic. So I guess mindset, exercise or movement, nutrition, and sleep and restoration. And I have some biohacking stuff, but they're really the 4 pillars. So I've identified my target customer, I've identified the pillars of content, and then you want to brainstorm 30 days of content. So when you're out walking, have a notes app on your iPhone, or I don't know what the Android is, but some kind of note-taking app. And you'll be out walking and thinking. Walking is a lost art, by the way. Without looking at your phone, it allows your brain to think. Read Digital Minimalization, or is it Digital Minimalist by Cal Newport? Brilliant book. But go out and walk, get the creative juices flowing. And as ideas come to you, note them down. You might be on the loo and an idea will come, note it down. And over a month, you will find that you've generated a lot of ideas. Try and arrange them into categories. So for me, it would be mindset, nutrition, exercise. Otherwise, at one point I had 250 ideas jumbled, and it was horrible to organize it all. So just put the subtitles like nutrition, mindset, whatever, exercise, and then put log your ideas under one of those titles. So you have some kind of rough organization. Next, you want to film the videos. Okay, so you might put down 3 bullet points for each video. So mine might be how to lose the most weight in 21 days, or body fat, what I would do. Okay, and I might have a bullet point of decide whether you're really ready for this. Are you able to commit to doing like a workout 6 times a week? Get the junk out of your kitchen, so like a kitchen cleanse, and whatever. So 3 bullet points, and then I would put the post-it next to my phone and I would talk on that video, and then I would go next video, a few bullet points, and try and keep them short and snappy. Now, I'm assuming you will not be able to pay an editor, so I had to do a lot of my own editing. I recommended getting the InShot app and learn how to edit to a very, basic level. There are loads of tutorials on YouTube. Again, pick 1 or 2, don't overcomplicate it. And just learn the basics of InShot. So with an edit, you want the first 2 seconds for there to be an animation or a punch in or a zoom in or a cut in. Something changes to make it engaging. When you deliver the video, you might start the video with, so you want to lose the maximum weight in 14 days. Here are the top 3 tips. Number 1, and play with the delivery. There are books like TED Talks or Talk Like TED. I think they're 2 good books on talking, if you want to, or just watch the summary on YouTube, TED Talk book summary, and practice speaking on the camera to grab people and make it entertaining. So then you have your 30 days of content. You then got to film a block of 30 pieces of content if you're going to post a reel every day. If it's too much for you to film 30 bits, do 10 videos and then 10 the next day and 10 the next day, and just don't allow yourself more than 3 or maximum 4 takes, but ideally you want to get it within 3 takes. So you might fumble your words. Eventually, say on the 3rd take, just go for it. Just try to be yourself, be a bit more enthusiastic, because you lose about 20% of the energy through the camera, and give the video, record the video. After 3 days, if you did 10 videos a day, you have 30 videos now. I would then edit those. Editing is slow at first, and this is what cripples most creators. They spend like 3 hours on one edit, and they say, wow, I could never do that again, and understandably so. Keep it simple. Just have a punch in, punch out, add captions, put a filter, and post it. That's all. You really just need to get into the habit of this process, brainstorming ideas with your content pillars, your ideas that are relevant to your target market, giving advice that fixes people's problem, the problem you want to solve, doing a very basic recording with some enthusiasm, a very basic edit, and post 1 a day, right? So that's what I've been doing for 70 days. Now, here's a reality check. I've been doing this for 70 days and I've seen next to no traction on my videos at all. And I'm told that this can be normal, that I've not put any money into boosting my posts. When you go for organic growth, it can be a case that your first 100 videos, I know one guy who said really his first 500 YouTube videos, It was his first 500 followers, on YouTube took him ages, and it was very slow, and then he just absolutely rocketed it. It accumulates, or hopefully that's what happens. But I'll tell you now, I'm 70 odd videos in, and it is sort of soul destroying. You're recording these videos. I've got help from a personal brand specialist. If you had to do this on your own, I just want to say to you, please get that book, The One Page Marketing Plan. Figure out a very basic marketing plan and take simple, imperfect action doing what I said. Figure out the 3 or 4 idea categories for your channel. Brainstorm those into a notes document or a Google Doc, and then record. If you can do 30 videos in one day, that's what I normally do. Block out half a day in your calendar and just get them done. Different locations, quiet location. If you can afford to get a Bluetooth mic, it does improve the sound quality if you're in a noisy environment. I'm in a very quiet environment, so this probably sounds okay. Get a tripod, a simple tripod, and maybe a light. They're the 3 bits of equipment. The most important, I would say, is probably the tripod for £15, because the phone is still. And you can pick the phone up as well. It makes a difference, all right? So I'm 70 days in, and there is like next to no traction on my channel. And guys, it's very, very, very disappointing. You may even find you start to lose followers, because now you're in people's feed all of a sudden. You're posting every day. And you may have thought that some of the people who've unfollowed you were your friends, or kind of they would support you, but people are busy and they're just trying to get along with their own life, and they don't necessarily want you on their Instagram all the time. It's nothing personal, just whatever, like, let it go. You've got to clear those people out and find your tribe on Instagram. Now, I'm in the middle of this process, and I'm telling you, it's hard, you know, and I've got somebody who's chasing me up every day saying, have you posted today? If you didn't have that, I would say try and find an accountability partner. You can get accountability coaches on the internet. There's something called stick.com, STIKK.com, where you pledge like $500. And anyway, you can look that up. But yeah, they're the mechanics of how to do this. Now, I hope that I can leave a video here in a month or 2 months and say to you, I've had massive growth, it's been great. Let's see. I'm in the middle of this process. I'm told, I've spoken to 2 other Instagram coaches. One of them, she has 330,000 followers. And another one, he coaches people. And I know he's a legit coach because I know people who've worked with him, and their following has grown. And I asked them both, is this normal, what's happening to me? I'm posting every day, 70 days of 70 reels. Like, if I had recorded and edited those on my own, I would be probably thinking about giving up, or I'm doing something wrong here. But I think you've just got to commit to 100 days. Look at the reels that are performing, that are getting more views, and try to spot a pattern in what it is in those reels. And then you do more reels like that. You can redo the idea for that reel, just say it in a different way. Other quick tips, message me if you have questions on this channel, but other quick tips are to always add subtitles to your shorts or your reels. Another tip, that's because some people watch them with their volume off. So if there are no subtitles, you get swiped. Get straight to the point on the reel. Long form content is very different. If you can keep the reel to less than 20 seconds, which I know is short and it's hard to make a point in that time, keep it less than 20, definitely less than 30, 35. Like, minute long reels don't do very well. And that's to do with the algorithm, something this coach taught me. Just trust me, shorter works better, they think, for now, because the algorithm changes all the time. But people have a goldfish bowl concentration span, TikTok brain. You have 5 seconds. I would be surprised if you've watched this till now. It's probably because you're motivated to grow your Instagram following, and I applaud you for that. You're trying to make a change in your life. Most people will not be able to. They drop off, and If it's not stimulating their dopamine receptors within half a second, 2 seconds, they swipe. So get snappy to the point with your reel. Another tip, post on 2 different platforms. I don't like TikTok. Just look up Joe Rogan Chinese terms and conditions and you'll understand why I don't like TikTok. I use Instagram and I like YouTube. So you can put an Instagram reel up and it's the format, by the way, in InShot. All of these things you'll have to fail forward and figure out, but I'm helping you as much as I can. The canvas, you need to set the canvas size is the first thing to rectangle 16 by 9. So surprising the number of people who don't know this basic stuff. That's the top 2 editing tips, basics. Set the canvas, add subtitles. That's top 2 things. Remove all filler words, gaps, make it short and snappy and to the point, okay? Post on 2 platforms. Why? You might find that your content, the way you deliver, just suits one of the platforms much better. On Instagram, for some reason, I'm getting like 2 or 3 views. Now, I don't know whether my account is suppressed or what. On YouTube, I'm getting, for the same short, exactly the same video, much higher numbers, like much higher numbers. Again, my YouTube channel is Mind Body Coach by James Ollie. That's OLI, Mind Space Body Space Coach. So you can look at that if you want to. I think that's it, guys. That's the most I can help you. Keep it simple. Figure out who your niche is. Get one of those books, One Page Marketing Plan. Map out 30 bits of content. Keep a notes document on your phone for ideas as and when they pop up. Record 30 videos as quickly as you can. Don't be perfect with it. Do a very basic edit and then post every day. Look at what's getting numbers and what is not getting numbers and fail forward. And I think you've got to commit to 100 days. My original plan was to post maybe 2 or 3 reels a week and see what happened. I'm so glad I did not do that because it would have taken, I think, years for me to have seen anything. I think you've got to post at least once a day. And once you've posted the reel, figure out how to share it straight to your story. The story views, and I got this from one of the courses, apparently counts as a view on the reel. So the more views, the more you warm up the algorithm and you start to, in theory, get pushed. But I'll check back in a few weeks. I'll let you know how this is going. Right now, it feels like I'm in the dark, going nowhere. I put in a ton of work, writing captions and giving as much value as I can. I do really want to help people in my area and little to no return. But I think this is where mindset comes in. You've got to commit to it and then pivot or persevere. Decide what's working, what's not working, double down on what's working and decide whether you need to cut your losses and stop posting on a certain topic. Here's the very last thing I will say. I know someone who has 317,000 followers. Over COVID, the algorithm changed and she went from 9,000 to 300,000. And she said that was purely down to the algorithm just pushed her, all right? Now, she's like a Thai boxing, traveling type of person. Now, she says, James, you might look at that and think that's great, I have a ton of followers, but I'm making no money. You've got to have a system on the back end to make you money. And that's where you need to have a coaching system or a service-based business or a cash flow business that's low expense to set up. That's now going into a different topic, so this is all I'll say. You need to have something in the back end that people can buy, that gives value to people. Yeah, you don't want to sell people junk. That's the fastest way to ruin your reputation. I hope this is helpful to you. I've shared a lot here. It's the best I could give. If we were sat having a coffee or a whiskey, whatever, here in London, this is exactly what I would tell you. Again, 6 or 7 courses, thousands of pounds worth, and having worked with a personal brand specialist, I'm just giving it the best bits of what, I'm talking to myself 2 years ago, what I wish someone had told me, and this is the best advice I can give you. Get that book, figure out your niche, 30 days brainstorm, basic filming, don't be perfect, basic edits, and post every day. Look at what's working and not working, and then go from there. And then longer term, yes, you need something that you can sell on the back end, but that's a different video. Hit me with any questions. I hope this helped you.